everybody. Welcome to The New Normal. I'm your host, Lisa Does, aka Litecoin Lisa, and tonight is Monday night. Thanks for joining us a little bit late. I was busy working hard, volunteering for the Very Dow today, and shot a great interview with the one and only Reggie Middleton. So be sure to stop by the Very Dow channel on YouTube and check that interview. We should be editing that sometime today and have that out pretty quickly, talking about the contagion collapse. So check that out. But today, the one, the only, Amy Ware is here to join me, my fellow Mighty Siren, and we're going to start a new book discussion. So we'll be announcing that, as well as talking about the upcoming Team Mighty celebration. Every year we celebrate the life of my beautiful daughter, Mighty Mia, on or around her birthday in April. And we'll be celebrating the life of Joy, a beautiful child that came into the world and helped to have other children in foster care get adopted. We'll be telling her story and celebrating her as while we fundraise for a friend of ours in the community. So I'll tell you more about that and how you can be a part of it right after this. Give us a like, share the video, and join us in the live chat.
Are you buying and selling cryptos on the same laptop that you're using to browse the internet, read your email, and visit social media sites? If so, you're exposing your cryptos to theft. Whenever you're online, you're at risk of getting hacked and having your identity stolen. How would you feel if someone stole all of your cryptos? What would that do to your finances? Guard your cryptos with a safe and secure laptop from Calyx Solutions. Each laptop is set up just for you and your cryptos, and then we walk you through exactly how it works. Don't risk the security of your cryptos. Order a crypto laptop from Calyx Solutions now to secure your crypto future. Learn more at Calyx Solutions.
Welcome back, Amy. Good to see you.
Thank you. Awesome to see you too, as always.
Yeah, so we did the raw food reboot. I stumbled and fell a couple times, but I made it through. Then I think Paulie was inspired to do an additional 15 days, and you helped lead him through that on the Telegram group. How did that go for everybody?
The Polly P's or just or just
The group. Yeah, I
Hey,
wondered.
everybody.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it was really successful. I think everybody that did the full 21 day completed it very well. And
A lot of recipe sharing and
Yeah.
a lot of encouragement in the group. And that's something that people can share anytime, and as
Yeah.
well as I thought I had your website pulled up here a second ago. I've got the link to your website in the description.
Okay.
You guys can
Cool.
go to Amy's website, and that's something that anyone can start at any time, as well as joining the Telegram group. There's people that are active in there all the time.
Always
to be a part of that.
Yep. We still have a lady, I think, that is on there, and she's should be about day 2 of week 3. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, that's great.
Going through it. It's great. Yep.
I love it. That's great. Well, we also did our book discussion with boundaries. So that was fun. We did that with our daughters, which I thought was kind of cool, being able to go through that as young ladies, young women, and have those discussions with boundaries and how our relationships have changed over time, and how they were talking about whether it was with their friends or we had there were different parts of it in the book. They talked about with work, family, friends, different relationships, and that was really great. You guys can check that out. There's past episodes on my channel for the boundaries book
Mhm.
discussion with Cloud and Towson. So I thought that was great.
Mhm.
And then we were talking about what we would want to do next as far as another book discussion. And I haven't read this book, but have you read this book, Becoming Supernatural?
Yeah, I think I got about 3/4 of the way through.
Okay.
Yeah, I've gotten a lot of other things from Dr. Joe Dispenza as well. He has these CDs that have different meditations on them available that I've ordered and done as well. And yeah, he's incredible story. Such a great, amazing person.
So
Yeah.
I think, and I refresh my memory if I get this wrong, but was injured. He was a doctor who was injured, a spinal injury, I think,
Spinal injury.
and ended up healing himself
Yep.
um, through meditation and
Manifestation, positive thing.
manifestation, positive,
It's
yeah,
not even just
without surgery.
yeah, it's just, he just believed and saw and felt himself walking. It took him a long time. It wasn't something that happened overnight, so but he talks about it in the book.
Mhm.
One particular thing that I remember him saying is that he just imagined just every little vertebrae, knit by knit, just knitting itself back into repair. And so it was just, just spending that time doing that just really healed everything for him.
Visualizing that reminds me of in the Bible when it
Mhm,
says, I knit you in your mother's womb,
mhm,
and thinking about, you'd have to be. I think we're so easily distracted
mhm.
today, and we learn visually, and we've been trained, for things to get our attention and to hold our attention,
Yep.
whether it's videos or TikTok, all this kind of stuff. And
Uh-huh.
so to be able to sit and pay attention and check in with our body,
Mhm.
um, and to be that mindful. I've been working with my son, with some of his migraine stuff, and trying to work with him on meditation. So we've been looking at some, kids meditation videos and stuff, and like really like, hey, check in with your body. How are you feeling? How are your toes feeling?
Right.
Really, what's your breathing like? How,
Mhm.
what are your hands doing right now? Just,
Right. Yeah.
checking in with every part of your body. And because I think we just are so distracted all the time.
Mhm.
And we
Everything.
don't realize what that does to us and what chemicals our body's releasing all the time,
Yep.
because of that. If we're always in that fight or flight,
Mhm.
that does release the serotonin and all of those, fight or flight chemicals, and that can change your body chemistry, and then um, the responses to it.
Changes your brain too. Your body starts to get addicted to those negative hormone chemical changes. So
Mm.
I'm not even gonna start that. So
Yeah, well,
that's a
I'm
different
excited
show.
about. Yeah, no, so I feel like, I've always kind of struggled, and it's easy, in our society, they love to slap a label on it. And
Mhm.
I don't know if it was Uncle Cliff or one of the bots that I think are possibly Uncle Cliff's, but it said something about like a mental illness provider is just somebody who's labeling somebody's behavior or something like that. I'm a terrible quoter. Anyway, but it made me really sit and think like, oh, are we just busy name calling
Mhm.
something
Yeah.
of someone else
Mm.
instead of like being mindful about our own situation or behaviors,
Mhm.
And I
Taking
thought
more
about,
responsibility for our behaviors, I think, instead of just blaming somebody else for why you're acting the way that you are. It's nobody
mm,
else's fault. I'm sorry, but it's yours.
yeah, no, for sure. And wanting that, like, it's almost like they just want an itch to go away. So what's the next thing to scratch my itch?
Mhm.
Well,
Yep.
I can't just sit and read a book, so I'm gonna do my laundry and run the dishwasher and read a book and have the TV on.
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yep.
And that's that distracted thing in our world, that they want us not to be at peace, not to be able to sit quietly with Mother Nature and just
Or just ourselves.
enjoy our breath.
Yeah. Just looking inward is, I think, one of the hardest things for anybody to do. And the world is definitely doing a good job of distracting us and not to do that. So, yeah.
And some of that is saying, well, what are you doing? What are you accomplishing? What are you busy? Have you checked? What could you say you checked the list to do today?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and sometimes, I mean, could you say I did nothing today? I spent time with myself. I checked in with myself today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Most people would say you're a failure. You did nothing today. You didn't accomplish something, you know?
Lazy. You're just being lazy.
Right. But that may be the thing that could, like, think about, you know, Dr. Dispenza, that may be the thing that saved his life,
Yep.
is that he checked in with himself.
Yep. He got quiet and just. So getting back to his book, it's not just visualizing. You have to, and when you get into the book, he'll start talking more about this. I can't go really into detail about it. It's been a while, but it's connecting that thought with a elevated emotion, because you want to feel it before it actually happens. You want it, because you're going to be attracting that feeling. And so it's more than just visualization. It's more than just having, like, what, like the vision boards and stuff. Those are great. But if you can't feel yourself in that new car, or you can't feel yourself walking through the front door of that new house that you want, it's just kind of like watching a movie, basically.
Mm.
So
It's happening to someone else, it's not your experience, kind of thing.
it's just the power of attaching a vision with a with a high elevated emotion. I can't remember the exact word that he used, but it has to somewhere along the lines of having that elevated emotion is what attracts it to you, because it's a vibration that you're creating. And we all know that we're all vibrational beings.
Mm-hmm.
And so we can vibrate at a higher frequency, and we can vibrate at a very low frequency. So by attaching the visualization to that higher frequency, it's going to come to you faster and in the way that you want it. Not necessarily all the time, but it will definitely manifest faster.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I was flipping through. There's a lot of pictures in this book, and it's a lot of, like you said, a lot of frequency, energy, magnets, even. So of course, I'm thinking of Uncle Cliff the whole time, and
his magnetic car.
yeah, thinking about the magnets and the energy and the becoming energy, and Uncle Cliff taught us about how we recreate 22 trillion times per second.
Mm-hmm.
And so to me, that's, you get 22 trillion times per second to recreate yourself.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
In your new, that's how many chances you have per second for that new manifestation, for your future. So I'm trying to think of that positive thing. So I don't know, I'm just really excited about it. This book was introduced to me through I need to look up his name. My friend Sean, Satoshi Sean, did an interview with a guy that he knows through his channel. And this guy had just a life-changing situation with his health and his mindset. And that's who introduced this to me. And so
usually what happens.
Yeah. And he's the one that really talked about being mindful in all things. He was like, I was just putting food in my mouth because I was raised that it tastes good. And he goes, and until I started being conscious of put this food in my mouth and man, I feel like crap.
Mm-hmm.
And then thinking about well, stop putting that in your mouth because it makes you feel like crap,
right.
Mm-hmm. And I thought about after we went through the raw food reboot and how
Mhm.
much I was craving, and I crave my little rainbow salad now.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm craving more live food, and because it makes me feel better when I eat more live food. When I drink more water, I
Mhm.
have more energy. I'm more clear minded. Those kind of things. And so um, being connected to what you're putting in your body, how you're treating yourself. If you go to bed a little bit earlier, you
Yep.
feel better the next day. All those kind of things,
Yeah.
instead of us just, beating ourselves up and running ourselves into the ground and then wondering why we feel so bad.
Right.
I'm excited about it. I think this will be a great
Yeah.
one. I'll have to check with Paigey and see if there's a hot link. Wasn't she able to find the
Oh, yeah, the free version. Yeah.
yeah, there was like a library
Yeah.
free version of the last book we did. I wonder if
Mhm.
in the Team Mighty discussion if we can find one.
Yeah, I'm sure
I'll
we
bug
could.
her. I'll send her a message and bug her and see if she can help us find a
Yeah,
free
I think
version.
she's gonna be busy all week,
Oh,
so
okay.
try
We'll
next
check.
week.
Okay.
I did though, I made like a little bit of a syllabus for us to follow.
Okay.
I can post it to Sirens Telegram group. If
That'll be
it's too
great.
advanced, let me know. I think I tried sticking around 30 pages, for every week. So I think
Okay.
the longest chapter, I think is like 39 pages, something like that.
Okay. I think that's
Yeah,
realistic. Yeah,
yeah.
that sounds good.
Okay.
And then we're looking at so we can start that. We'll start the next week as our first week. What do you
Sure,
think?
if you wanna start next week, that's
Okay.
great. It,
Yeah.
it'll, give people time to either buy the book or find it. It'll give us an opportunity to find it online, posted
Yeah.
in the group,
Yeah.
Telegram
We'll do that. That
group.
sounds
Okay,
great.
that's
Okay.
awesome.
Cool. So, Becoming Supernatural by Dr. Joe Dispenza. Um, and we'll start having that discussion. Who knows? Maybe we'll get some people to join us for different discussion days. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll get an Uncle Cliff visit. That would be epic. Um, we'll see.
Yeah.
Um, I also wanted to talk about last year, you guys were our Team Mighty um, champions for the Road to Rudo. Were our very first year to have our champions. Where yes, you guys so much were just the epitome of bringing community together to support so much. I mean, you blew me away with your generosity of supporting the work we were doing and what we're wanting to do with Team Mighty and honoring my daughter and supporting people that were going through a difficult time with different medical needs and
Mhm.
challenges in their life. And my father did pass last year, and so we were able to honor him and partner with Warriors for Freedom. And they were so awesome. And
They were really
presented my mom with a flag and Major Ed came and spoke, and he's continued to be just a great guy helping with other projects that in the crypto world. We now have Warriors for Freedom are accepting cryptocurrency, which is
yay.
exciting. Yeah, and they are continuing to take veterans on different
Thanks.
outdoors events, and whether it's scuba diving, hunting,
Yeah.
different things with their families, things that would really make my dad proud. So honored to do that. And so this year, there's a little girl, Joy, that I had the honor of sitting with her in the hospital when she was just an infant and she needed placement.
Mhm.
And there was a family that was inspired by Mia's story. And they were going through foster care training. And they were like, if you hear of any children that need a home, we're going through training. We're really inspired by Mia's story, and we were going to foster. They had a couple biological children of their own. And so I called them and I said, there's this baby at the hospital. They need placement, but she has several medical needs.
Mhm.
And so they contacted the caseworker and ended up being placed with Joy.
Aw.
And so Joy lived with them and was adopted by them. And she was 12, and she had ended up having several siblings, and they adopted all of her siblings. So
Oh
she
my
passed.
gosh.
Yeah, yeah, she passed
Wow.
last year. I think they ended up adopting 4 or 5 children
Wow.
um, total. And I didn't know this at the time. They were just some friends of mine that I knew through an acquaintance through church.
Mhm.
And they were actually their former military,
Mhm.
and they had medical. I can't remember their exact. We'll end up learning their whole story, but
Good.
they have medical experience, so it ended up working out great. And they gave Joy a great life, and she lived to be 12, and then have this legacy of have because of her story and
Mhm.
helping her siblings find placement. And so we're going to tell Joy's story and
Good.
support her family and celebrate her. And so we're going to do a whole dancing for Joy thing. And I'm excited about that and celebrate their family. And then the money from that, our friend Mame, Crypto Mame, you
Mhm.
guys, a lot of you know her in the crypto community. She used to do the Monday show with me.
Oh.
We'd come on, do crypto news every Monday from the weekend. And then she is from Brazil, so she would go and do a another show with that information in Portuguese and in Spanish.
Oh, wow.
Um, yeah, and so she ended up working. She got picked up by, I can't remember what the name of it was, some some Brazilian magazine for crypto. And then she worked for Bybit for a while and all this. Well, she recently developed cancer and had a brain tumor removed and is having treatment in her lungs. And she's a single mom.
Oh my god.
And so she was, um, having a difficult time right now. And Blind Dave's going to help her get a trust started
Oh.
so that she can get some protection around her finances and whatever. But we're going to help with the money from this event to help her bridge that time,
Wow.
to help with some of that. So I'm super excited that it can be such a community
Yeah.
focused event, and it can really help somebody, in our own backyard. And I think it's going to be a great time. And she's an artist, so I'm trying to figure out how I could do maybe like get her to, if she feels up to it,
Mhm.
or maybe use one of her previous pieces as like an NFT for the ticket, and then that way the money would just go directly to her. I'm trying to figure all that out. So if everybody can kind of be patient with me one more week or till Friday of this week, and I'm hopefully
Yes.
going to have the ticket sale thing figured out. I'm just trying to do it in the most efficient way, and the best way that would benefit her the most. So
Good, good. Now,
hopefully she'll join us
um,
this week.
what are the dates of the show?
So the Team Mighty event will be, the other thing is our champion yes, am I saying it right? Yes, she's
Mhm.
our warrior, and our
Mhm.
champion is going to be Bitcoin Ben and Kelly
Nice.
Senchi.
Yeah.
So
They're gonna be there, right?
they will be there.
Awesome.
It'll be on April 21st and 22nd
Yep. Okay.
in Oklahoma City.
Cool.
So if you guys can kind of make plans for that, and I'm super excited about it. We'll do a Friday night happy hour live show that will stream the show live, and then Saturday during the day we'll have the event and have an auction and try to raise some money to help Michelle and
Good.
celebrate Joy and Mia and Ben and Kelly, and tell the stories of their generosity and the legacy that the Road to Ruta started by being our champions for Team Mighty. So it's just a whole family thing, and everybody's invited. So we'll
Absolutely.
get that all going. Yeah, I'm excited about it. I think it'll be perfect timing for everybody to get together and have something positive to celebrate. And Oklahoma City is not expensive to travel to. We've got a great airport here. Southwest flies in.
Yep.
And there's some great Airbnbs and hotels you can stay at. Everything's really easy to get to with Ubers, and we don't have any traffic. So it's super easy to get around.
And what's the location? Where is it going to be at again?
So I'm not going to give the location out until they buy a ticket, just for our security kind of stuff.
Oh,
But
okay.
if
Good
you just
idea.
say Oklahoma City, then when you get your ticket, you'll know the location.
Location.
Yeah.
Good
It's
idea.
just the safest way to do it.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we've learned in the past, but it'll be good. Yeah.
Awesome. And
if you have any items to donate, you can email me at LitecoinLisa2, and the word spelled out Litecoin, LitecoinLisa2 at gmail.com.
Okay.
And the number 2. And then, in fact, I might put that in here.
Put it in the chat.
Yeah, and I'll post it real quick. LitecoinLisa2 at gmail.com. Just if you'd like to make a donation of an item for the auction, and I can create a receipt for you for donation purposes through the 501c3 Team Mighty. So,
are there any parameters for the donations? No.
Email me first to have it be approved.
There you go.
How about that?
That's good.
No live animals.
But I got a puppy.
I don't know. Yeah.
My dog
like,
just
wait a minute. How should I think about that? Oh my goodness. Yeah. We have actually last year, Bitcoin Ben purchased the Road to Ruta.
The Wish and
Rainbow
comic
the
book.
Wishes and Ring, the comic book, you guys had a whole package, comic book, a big square hat, the shirt, and the coin, and then he donated it back.
Wow.
So we have that again to auction off again this year. Yeah.
It'd be awesome if it just kept perpetuating.
It would be if somebody just keeps
donating.
Yeah, if it just had like the life of like somebody buys it every year and donates it back. Yeah. And then we could have like just keep a running thing. It's like the history, the legacy.
Get a website.
Yeah. Yeah, I could have like a page on Team Mighty of
there you go.
The history of who donated it back, who bought it and donated it back. That would be cool.
Wishes and
or we could have an NFT for it, and you buy. Yeah, that way you just buy the NFT, and then that tracks who had it or something. Somebody invent that for me. I don't know. Yeah,
there you go.
That seems like a good idea.
Well, that's awesome. That's very cool. So awesome. Yep, I already have ideas of what we can donate. So
okay, cool.
Pretty good stuff.
I'm just hope you guys can come. I think it'll be so much fun. And like I said, I'm just really looking forward to seeing everybody. It feels like forever.
It has.
Westwood did a video today, and he was like, yeah, we used to go out every month and do classes, and now it's been a while. Now we just go. So we're teaching classes now just online. You can go to litecoinlisa.net, and you can book through a Zoom call on Saturday mornings. We teach a class now.
Oh,
and
awesome.
Yeah, so we're doing that now just to try to stay out there for people, especially with, this bank collapse crisis.
Yeah.
People are really asking a lot of questions and needing help with stuff. And so I wanted to offer that, but he was like so sad about not being, and I was like, okay, this will be good. Now we're getting, and then hopefully we'll have something again this summer, another chance to get together. So we'll just stay positive. And, you know, as we go through this transition, we know that like our fam has been preparing for this
Yeah.
kind of time. So though a lot of people are, you know, really shocked by what's going on, we've kind of like, you know, are going to be a little more prepared for
Yeah.
what's happening through this transition. So
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
yeah. How's Bix? Is he just giddy as a schoolboy?
It's mixed. I mean,
Yeah.
you
It's
know,
bittersweet. It
yeah,
is.
exactly. It is. It really is. It stings, but it's like we knew this was coming. You know, it's not like he's like, I told you so. It's not like that at all with him. It's just kind of like, well,
Yeah.
this is it, you know. This is the beginning of it. So, yeah.
He's been preparing for this for a long time. But yeah, I know he's very humble. So I'm sure he's not doing that. I told you so. But it
No,
does make you want to say it a little bit. Like,
kind of, but
kind of.
but it's just, you know, it's just who he is. He's like,
Yeah.
he's been saying this for a very long time. His timing was just a little off, but he knew it was going to happen. So,
Yeah.
yeah, we just want people to listen, you know, and so just get on board.
For their own good, though. You want everyone
Yeah,
to be safe.
exactly.
You
Yeah.
know, it's like I'm trying to tell you, duck.
Yeah,
You know, not because I'm yelling at you, because I don't want you to get hurt. You know.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
he's a fixer, so he just likes trying to fix everything for everybody, but if they don't listen, he's just kind of like, "Okay."
yeah. Sometimes people have to learn in different ways. That's
Yep.
one thing we all have to figure out. Well,
Yeah. Gotta lose it all before you realize.
yeah. Well, Paige and Josh are also putting out a lot of great content
Oh,
on
yeah.
Pebbleton Post. You guys
Double
can go to pebbletonpost.com
Mhm.
and check
The
out the information that they're doing.
Mhm.
They have a YouTube channel as well as their website, and they're starting to post a lot of information. They'll have tools, trainings,
Mhm.
information. A lot of it is education
Yep.
for transition into kind of this new world, new system that
Yep.
we're going to be facing to thrive in.
Mhm.
So I
Yep,
think
they're
that'll be a
on
great.
Rumble. They've got Rumble, and it's
Oh,
the Pebbleton Post.
oh, okay.
Yeah, it's THE. And then yeah, they're cranking out some really great materials. Very, very proud. Very proud of them.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing videos, structures that Josh puts together. So good
And
top.
that's something like if you're looking for also for any age group
Yeah.
as well. Like Paige was doing those, all of those, the vocabulary thing, which I think was so valuable when
Wednesday.
Bix and Paige were doing that. Yeah, the Word Wednesday.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are they doing a whole library of that? I don't know if they put that on Pebbleton Post yet.
I'm not sure if they're gonna take those videos onto their own site. I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't. They may do something similar to that in their own site. So, but those are all available on Road to Ruta
Okay.
YouTube. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the coins are available on Road to Ruta again. I saw the Ruta coins are available again with the little red heart,
Yep.
and thought those were great. And I got my is Bix book, was that just for private road members? Or is that on the
No, his books are he's got like I think one of the books available when anybody signs up for public road.
okay?
Yeah, you don't have to be a private road member to get the books, but yeah, for sure you get. I don't know if it's just the first one that comes through after you sign up for the public road, which is free. So it'll come right to your email address.
I just got curious. I don't know if it was a week or 2 weeks ago,
Mhm.
and I downloaded from the Boston Fed the Wishes and Rainbows comic book, and I was going through it while I was listening to Bix talk. I
Oh,
think it was on his interview with Joshy and Paigey,
okay.
explaining the story, and so I was like going through the comic as he was explaining it, and then I guess I was on road to Ruta, or maybe I was on the private road. I don't know where I was, but then I started reading his book where he's talking to God,
Yep.
and he says, "You weren't ready yet." And now I'm thinking about like where we are right now, and that, and it just gives me chills saying this, but that more people are awake now, and maybe we are ready to throw off that money that has enslaved us for so long, and to really be free because we understand our value.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a great book. It was I recommend anyone to go read it. Yeah, it was really great.
You said that.
Yeah, and it was sweet. He said it was dedicated to Amy for inspiring him to write it or something. It was really.
I don't even remember.
Yeah, it was very sweet.
Oh, well, good.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys check it out and be a part of this community. Be a part of the fam. I appreciate everybody in the comments. Viva Flav, Tom, Manny, all of you guys. Polly, I saw you in their gym. And I hope you guys can all make it to the event. Mark, I hope you can all make it to the event in April. Like I said, I will do my best to have the ticket sales available by this Friday. I'm trying to be a little creative so that we can benefit Mame the most. And I know you guys will appreciate that as well. So we will get your book for next Monday. And if you guys have, there's also a link to the Telegram group in the chat or in the discussion. Not in the discussion. What am I trying to say?
Description.
In the description.
It's Monday and it's daylight savings time.
And it's daylight saving time. Yeah. Oh, I read a thing about how that messes with your circadian rhythm, and there's more like car wrecks and all this stuff this week. So you guys be safe out there and sleep in if you can. Yeah.
Get that extra hour back somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And spend some time being mindful.
Yes. Hara. Get in Hara.
Hara. Ooh.
Ooh. Yeah, I'll have to talk to you about that later.
Yeah, that sounds good. I only heard of Harrah's, and I thought that was somewhere in like Vegas or something.
That's a casino.
Okay. We'll try that too. Okay. Well, thanks, Amy.
You're welcome.
See you next week.
Yes. We'll see you.
Take care.